You were told that being kind, honest, and predictable would get you respect. You followed the rules, you were patient, and you were decent. Yet the world often seems to outplay you for it. Whether you are a young professional being overlooked for a promotion, a parent feeling like a ghost in your own home, or a veteran executive watching the mediocre climb faster than you, the frustration is the same. Your goodness has become a map that others use to manage and even destroy you. There is a 3-second glitch in human psychology that turns a good person into a victim. But once you identify it, you can never be manipulated again. This is not a video about becoming evil. It is about a sovereign realignment, a way of moving so silently that your presence alone becomes a psychological weapon. Society wants you to be emotional because emotional people are the easiest to control. From the moment you were born, you have been reading from a script you did not write, a script that says you must be accessible, likable, and constantly explaining your worth. But when your happiness, your anger, and your peace depend on the actions of others, you are not a person. You are a remote-controlled toy. If someone can press a button and make you dance with joy or spiral into depression, they own you. Today, we begin the controlled demolition of that average version of yourself to build something unrecognizable, the sovereign architect. The first layer of your new architecture is the tactical mask. It begins with the power of the 3-second pause. In any social interaction, there is a space between a stimulus and your response. In that space lies your power. Most people live in reaction mode, rushing to fill every silence and defend every accusation because they cannot handle the social tension. When you are insulted or questioned, count to 3 before you speak. This isn't just about timing. It is about switching your brain from the reactive animal center to the logical thinking center. By maintaining an awkward silence while looking into their eyes, you shift the pressure back onto them. They will begin to huddle, over-explain, and eventually reveal their own insecurities because they cannot read your lack of reaction. Your eyes must broadcast a signal of dominance rather than submission. Biology tells us that wide, darting eyes signal fear, the look of a deer in headlights. Instead, you must develop hunter eyes, relaxed, controlled, and analytical. When someone tries to bully or dominate you, use the technique known as the anchor. Fix your gaze on one of their eyes, usually the left, and do not move it. Do not blink, do not shake your head, and do not shift your expression. This stillness is disturbing to others because it signals that you are not being triggered. When you choose to break eye contact, never look down, as a high-value person never bows. Look to the side or up, as if you are processing information, which maintains your intelligence and confidence in their eyes. The second layer is the emotional fortress. You must understand that your suffering often comes from owning your pain. When you say, "I am hurt," you are making that emotion your identity. Instead, use the third-person glitch. In your mind, refer to yourself by name. Say, "David is feeling pressure," or "Sarah is being ignored." This dissociation allows you to step outside your body and observe the situation as data rather than a personal tragedy. An observer does not cry. An observer collects information and finds solutions. When the physical signs of stress hit, the racing heart or shaking hands, understand that these are just chemical signals, a notification on your dashboard, like a check engine light. Use box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4 to hack your biology and force your mind to stay sharp while the world around you loses control. As you master your internal world, you must sanitize your environment using the GHOST protocol. Visibility is a liability. Every time you announce your goals, your plans, or your next move, you give your enemies time to prepare and your friends the opportunity to doubt you. The truly dangerous person moves like smoke, present everywhere, but visible nowhere. Stop seeking validation by oversharing your life on social media or at the dinner table. When you move in silence, you eliminate the noise of other people's opinions before they ever reach you. Let your next level be arrived at, not discussed. Your success should be felt, not announced. You must also learn to say no to your own free availability. In our society, anything that is free and always available is treated as having zero value. If a tap is always running, you do not value the water. But in the desert, you would die for a single glass. When you drop everything to answer a text or a call, you are telling the world that you have no purpose, no mission, and no value of your own. Your time is your most precious currency. By making yourself scarce and setting firm boundaries without drama or explanation, you increase your social demand. A sovereign person does not need to yell to set a boundary. They simply say, "I am not okay with that," and stay silent. The calm boundary is far more intimidating than anger because it is unshakable. Beware of the white knight and the jealous critic. There are people who will create problems in your life just so they can be the hero who saves you, keeping you in a state of perpetual dependency. And as you rise, you will find that your success is not what offends the jealous. It is your existence. Your discipline and your focus become a mirror that shows them exactly what they refused to become. They will try to dim you by calling your hard work luck, or your focus an obsession. Do not defend yourself. Never fight for clarity in a room invested in your distortion. Strategic indifference is your greatest weapon. When you stop auditioning for fairness and stop performing innocence for people committed to misunderstanding you, you achieve true sovereignty. Every relationship is a transaction, and as cold as it sounds, you must audit your connections based on their return on investment. If a person brings only drama, stress, and stagnation into your life, they are an emotional vampire, and you must cut them off. Kings do not have friends who drain them. They have allies who share their mission. If someone uses the silent treatment as a weapon to punish you, do not chase them. Do not beg for engagement. Simply state that you are open to talking when they are ready to be adult, and then walk away. When you stop chasing the noise, you realize that you were the one who owned the walls of the labyrinth all along. The final secret of the sovereign architect is to become unreadable by controlling perception before you control anything else. Reality does not matter as much as what people believe about reality. You do not need to have every virtue, but you must appear formidable. Never over-explain yourself, as explanation is the loudest signal of a man seeking approval. Stating a decision without justification broadcasts a signal of absolute power. If people cannot read your limits or predict your patterns, they cannot calculate a move against you. Your goodness was never the problem. It was the lack of armor around it. You can still be kind. You can still be an empath. But you must be a sovereign empath, one who feels everything, but reacts to nothing. You are no longer a passenger in the car of your emotions. You are the driver. You choose when to speak, when to move, and when to disappear. The version of you that could be managed by the expectations of others is dead. You have reclaimed your agency. You have taken back your power. And from this moment forward, the world will have to deal with you on your own terms. Now go and be unreachable.